Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm so glad you're joining me today as we explore another fascinating English word. Today's word is design, a very common word we use all the time. So, what does design mean? Well, at its most basic, design as a verb means to plan or create something. It's about coming up with an idea and making it a reality. Think about it like this. Before a building is built, someone has to design it. Before a website goes live, someone has to design the layout. It's all about planning and creation. Now, let's look at some synonyms, words that have similar meanings. A good synonym for design is plan. For example, instead of saying I will design a new website, you could say I will plan a new website. Another synonym is create. We can say she will create a new dress for the party. This is very similar to saying she will design a new dress for the party. Another useful synonym is develop. You could say they will develop a new app for learning English, which is quite similar to saying they will design a new app for learning English. Yet another synonym is invent. Imagine you are making a new tool. You could say, he will invent a better way to open a jar, or he will design a better way to open a jar. Finally, let's consider construct. A sentence could be, the engineers will construct a new bridge, or the engineers will design a new bridge. Notice how all these words share the core meaning of planning and bringing something into existence. Okay, now let's think about antonyms, words that have the opposite meaning of design. This can be a little tricky with a word like design, but let's think about what it isn't. A good antonym might be destroy. Design is about creating. Destroy is about dismantling. For example, you could say the architect will design a beautiful building versus the earthquake will destroy the building. Another antonym could be neglect. To design something requires attention and effort, while to neglect something means to ignore it. We could say, he carefully designed his garden versus he neglected his garden, and it became overgrown. Another antonym is ruin. To ruin something is the opposite of carefully planning and building it. For example, the artist will design a stunning painting versus the fire will ruin the painting. Another possible antonym is disorganize. To design is to bring order and structure, but to disorganize is to create chaos. Imagine this. She wants to design a perfect event versus she will disorganize the event and nobody will be happy. Finally, let's consider demolish. This is the opposite of constructing or creating something. We might say, they're going to design a new school instead of they're going to demolish the old school. Now, let's talk about how we use design in everyday life. You might say to a friend, I need to design a poster for the school play. Or, if you're talking about your house, you could say, she is designing her new kitchen. You might even use it when talking about your future, like I am designing my future career path. It's a very versatile word. Here are some more examples. The company needs to design a better product to compete in the market. The graphic artist will design a logo for the new business. They will design a system to manage their finances. I want to design a more efficient way to study English. He will design a machine that can solve complex problems. They have to design a new program for the students. She helped design the set for the theater. The software company will design a new video game. The teacher will design a series of exercises for the class. He will design a program to help people to learn a new language. Now, a few more sentence examples. The committee is meeting to design a fundraising campaign. She wants to design a garden that attracts butterflies. The engineer will design a more stable bridge. The government will design a strategy to combat poverty. The artist will design the cover for a book. The chef will design a new menu for the restaurant. We can also use design in phrases like design thinking, which means to use a creative process to solve problems, or design a solution, meaning to create or devise a way to fix a problem. So, to recap, design means to plan or create something. Some synonyms are plan, create, develop, invent, and construct. Antonyms could be destroy, neglect, ruin, disorganize, and demolish. It's a word we use all the time in everyday conversation, from planning a poster to envisioning our future. That's it for today's episode on the word design. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word. I hope you found this helpful. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others find our show and learn English with us. Now, I have a challenge for you. Can you create your own sentence using the word design? Share your sentence in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. Until next time, happy learning!